Okay, this is Interconnected World. I wanted to add some stuff too. Some pretty cool experiences I had when I was with my mom in Kentucky. Um, the first experience, when I was with my mom, and I'll backtrack a little. I was put in a foster home for a while, and excuse me, picked my nose. Anyway, I went to this foster home to live, and it was on a farm, and it was awesome. I mean, it was a real deal farm. I mean, they were farmers, and we got up every morning and we prayed, something like God is good, God is great. Thank you for our daily bread, amen, or something, And we'd eat breakfast. We'd have homemade sausage, bacon, eggs, pancakes, oatmeal, orange juice. Everything was organic and homemade. And one thing I didn't really like is that our stepmom, or our foster mom, she was sort of gripey. The nicest one or between the two of them, our foster mom and foster dad, from my opinion, was actually the foster dad. He was really nice to me and stuff. And I remember we had a set amount of time we could watch TV. We could only watch it for an hour. And then we had to go to bed. And during the day, we could only watch it for an hour. And then after we had breakfast, we would also go and do our chores. We'd get up at 4:30 in the morning, we'd go do our chores. And our chores consist of feeding pigs, chickens, horses, cows, not cows, milking cows, and goats. We clean out the rabbit, feed rabbits, clean out the pig cages, rabbit cages. We'd clean out the goat area where the goats were. And we'd clean up from the horses. We'd brush them, go for a ride on them, And I remember one time with my foster brother, my foster sister, and we were walking out up the hill over this electric fence to feed this horse named Betty, and great big old horse. She was a big horse, big. I don't know, she's like Arnold Schwarzenegger horse or something. But it seems like she could always get along with me more than anybody else. I don't know. So, but she became, basically, I called her my horse, Me and her was really good buddies, And I remember one time, though, I was stepping over the fence, and my foster brother was like, go ahead and touch it. It won't hurt you. I turned it off. And I started thinking, yeah, you just turned it off, though. There's still electrical current in it. But I didn't say it like that, but I was thinking, it's still going to shock me because you just turned it off. And I touched it, and it shocked me. And he laughed. And I was like, you asshole. But, we had some good times. I also remember one time where I had to work four to 6 hours because I was in this barn and we had to shovel the barn full of corn. And there was trucks and trucks and trucks of corn coming to me. And it was just me doing it. My foster brother and foster sister, they quit. They ran off and stuck me doing it. So I was there 4 to 6 hours shoveling corn into a big barn. And it was rough, And I remember milking cows. I remember one time as a kid watching them slaughter a pig, which I didn't like seeing, but later on that night we had pork chops. The next morning we had breakfast. We had a sausage for breakfast, and then we had bacon and stuff like that. And I remember picking the eggs up from the chickens as they laid them. And I remember seeing what was this? I can't remember this woman's name, but she made cheese for us out of the cow's milk. And we drank our milk raw. It wasn't homogenized or pasteurized. And our cheese, and all that stuff was made from the raw milk, And I remember when I was there, I got to shoot bows and arrows, man. It was cool. I learned how to shoot a gun there. My favorite thing of all was archery, though. I was really good at archery, and Robin Hood inspired me for that. That movie with Kevin Costner, that original Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that inspired me with archery. But the more I was into archery, I just started liking it for all the other purposes too. And the movie just faded away. I just started, I just couldn't think of the movie anymore. Archery was good. I was really good at it, But I stopped doing it, I still have my bow and arrow My original bow for that I had from when I was, gosh, I think I was 7 or 8 at the time. I think, or no, 9. But I still have that bow, and I have I think I have 1 arrow left, and I think it's in my garage somewhere. But that was fun. I was really good at that, and it was really fun. I didn't really like shooting guns because they were too loud. You know, they're kind of scary guns are, and I don't really like them. But if you ever have to use a gun, then you have to use a gun. I could see myself grabbing a bow and arrow and using it. I'd use that before I'd use a gun, but a gun will be faster. But yeah, I had some good times there, and I also remember another time, and this is before I went to the foster home. I was with my mom, and we lived on this big area of land. Okay, huge area of land. You ever seen the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's what the place was like where I lived at. It's like time had stood still there. Yeah. And I remember me and my dog Rover, and this dog was big. He was a German Shepherd. He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. If Arnold Schwarzenegger was a dog, he'd be this big dog. Okay? And I remember being, I basically called myself an explorer. You know? Because I would explore all the time, me and my dog would. And I remember one time I was out in the woods by myself, and remember, this is a big area of land. Okay, there's bear traps around, rattlesnakes, bears. Very rare that you see a bear though. But anyway, I was out in the forest or the woods, or yeah, whatever. And my dog was back at the house, and he was eating. He'd killed a squirrel, and he was eating it under the porch. You know, and I was walking really slowly because my mom's boyfriend taught me how to walk, to be almost like basically like a ninja in the woods. Okay, and I was walking really slowly, and I came across a bear, and I thought he left because I went and I hid real fast. I seen him and I hid real fast, and I just leaned up against a tree really straight. Okay, and he came up to me. The bear did, really slowly, and he was smelling me and licking at me and making this noise, this type noise, and then he kept blowing out his nose and out his mouth, and I kept seeing the steam. And his breath smelled bad, you know, and I just stood there. I was shaking a little bit, but I was scared, and I just ended up looking up. You know, he just looked at me, smelled me, and he licked my face, and then he walked off. And then he turned back around, looked at me, and made that noise again. And then went and turned back around, and he just walked off. So I don't know if he's just like, oh, I ain't got time to mess with you. You're not funny, or what, or you know, I'm not hungry. I'm not that hungry, or something. And I remember one time as a kid getting bit by 2 rattlesnakes. First one did not hurt me. The second one almost killed me. When I looked at a tree, I seen a tree melt right in front of my eyes, and I almost died. But my mom's boyfriend, he was just getting back from work, and he came back and he sucked the poison out of my leg. And they say you can't do that, and he did. He sucked the poison out of my leg. He gave me 2 shots of Jack Daniels. And then he put some sort of herb paste on my leg there where he sucked poison at. And the poison was fine. I did not die at all. So, that's bull. When they tell you cannot suck poison on somebody's leg, that's bull. Because, see, the first rattlesnake, when he bit me, nothing happened. It just felt like somebody was going like that. That's all I felt. Not even teeth marks even. I didn't even feel teeth marks. I seen 2 little pinholes, and I felt this. Okay? And then the second one bit me, I almost passed out. Because I was getting scared, and the blood pressure was rising and rising and rising, and then I just started relaxing. My mom told me to relax, and I started relaxing, and I was fine. And then, but if I would have waited too long and he wouldn't have been, I probably would have died, you know. But I remember after that happened, I got even closer to snakes. I got so fast I could catch a snake if it was lunging at me. I used to actually get up real close and play with them. They'd strike at me, and I'd just go like that and catch them. And just throw them on the ground. And they slither off. I remember one time finding some eggs that I thought were like bird eggs. And they ended up being snake eggs, and they hatched. And I had them in my house. And my mom seen them, and they were real little. And she's like, you better take those back. Their moms will miss them. And they were real small. They were crawling all over. And one of them was trying to bite me. And it was just about this big. So I wasn't scared of snakes anymore, or bears even. I almost got a bobcat time. I ran up on a bobcat, but all he did was look at me and ran off. And we were farther away from each other, but he wasn't going to stay around and see what was going on. You know, and I used to go fishing all the time, and it was amazing. You know, it was a cool thing. It was cool.